Lads, welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal's priority is still Nico Williams, as reported by The Athletic. We do not want to get another winger before that position closes. Before Arsenal feel we cannot get Nico Williams, another winger is highly unlikely to be signed on a permanent deal. That means two things. One, it means that in January, a loan deal is more possible because Arsenal feel we are not going to get Nico Williams in January. But they're also confident that come the summer, with Barcelona's financial problems, there is a big possibility that Nico Williams can be signed and the deal can be done. We're going to be diving into Nico Williams. There is also something on Benjamin Sesko. Arsenal feel that Sesko will have developed further by the time this season ends. And also they feel that he might be an even cheaper deal than Alexander Isak. So Arsenal still retaining interest in Sesko. They're still keeping tabs on the player and they're keeping good relationships on that position in that situation. So let's talk about both of them because they're players that we're really interested in the summer. We came very close to signing one of them, and that was Benjamin Sesko. The player had agreed personal terms already with a couple of clubs around London, around Europe, but then he eventually said, I'm going to be staying at RB Leipzig. So what will happen? Let's start off with Nico Williams. So the Athletic are saying that Arsenal have not closed their position in Atletico Bilbao's Nico Williams. They're still very much interested in the player and they are confident in the summer the race for the player will still be on and they will have a very good chance at signing him. Now, of course, remember, his priority has always been Atletico Bilbao, but in terms of transfers, he has always wanted to go to Barcelona. Arsenal are there. I mean, he's never said he doesn't want to join Arsenal. He's never said he doesn't want to play for any other club apart from Bilbao and Barcelona. He's always said, if I could get a chance to play for Barca, well and good. But for now, I want to stay with Bilbao and represent my team in the UEFA Champions League. So what does this mean for January? And what are the chances that we can sign Nico Williams? And is he worth waiting for? Three questions that we've got to answer genuinely. First and foremost, what this means for January is that the Mbuemos of this world, the Semenyos of this world, all the players that we're very much interested in, we might not see permanent deals. We might not see Arsenal try to do permanent deals for a winger in January, simply because you're looking at a club, you're looking at a team that is obsessed about Nico Williams. I think Mikel Arteta is obsessed with Nico Williams. He's the player that he wants. He's the winger that he believes will do the most good. And I'm desperate for a new signing. I'm desperate for an addition on the forward line. But I'm not convinced either that there is a better winger on the market right now than Nico Williams. I'm not convinced. Now, I could be wrong. I mean, there are the likes of Desire Doué who have come up. You have the few good wingers, really. Alberto Moleiro, they are there. But I still think that Nico Williams, alongside Saka, and if Arsenal could get a very good number 8 that is not Kai Havertz, right, that might be a super team. So, January, I don't see Arsenal do a permanent deal for a winger. I think we'll be leaning towards a loan deal or a player who's kind of like a general forward. I mean, I'm talking a player like Randall Colomwani. Colomwani could play in 2 or 3 positions on that forward line. We are talking players like Matheus Cunha. Because Matheus Cunha does not limit Arsenal from signing Nico Williams. Matheus Cunha can come in as a striker who replaces Jesus directly when Jesus leaves very, very soon. I want him to leave in January, but obviously he should leave in the summer so that we don't deplete our squad. So I think what Arsenal's position means and interest means for January is that whatever will happen, right? Whatever will happen, our interest is still in Nico Williams. Until Mikel Arteta feels I can't get Nico Williams, I think that position is going to still to stay open. And I don't have a problem with that. Now, is he worth waiting for? Yes, he's worth waiting for. He is worth waiting for. Listen, I have not seen many wingers, young wingers, right, that have a release clause and that are that good and have a release clause of less than 70 million, right? Like if you were to buy Saka right now, it's upwards of 80 million. Martinelli right now, upwards of like 50 million, I would say. But Nico Williams has a release clause in the region of 45 million pounds and 55 million pounds. That's a very good price. The only thing that Arsenal have to do is to pay that release clause, I think, in one installment or two installments. And I don't think we have a problem with that. I don't think we should have a problem with that because last summer we didn't spend. All the money that we spent was money that was generated from the squad. So I'm thinking we sold and bought, which means we didn't spend money last summer. So we can afford Nico Williams. And he's worth waiting for because his quality, he's got that experience now at a very young age. And I think he's better than what we've got. Really better than what we've got. Like if Kudus is 100 million and Nico Williams is 55 million, this world has gone crazy. Now, should Arsenal just wait for Nico Williams or should we do something in January? For me, we should do something in January. At least getting three loan options. It's okay. 3 loan options, that is all right. I don't want to see Arsenal say we're just waiting for Nico Williams, right? He's a good player. He's going to elevate our team. He's going to, bring better heights and different heights to the team. But don't just wait for him. Do something in Jan and then revisit that position in the summer. So Nico Williams is still our priority and Arsenal is still confident that a deal can be done. There is a story on Dani Olmo as well, but I think we'll talk about that tomorrow. Dani Olmo, Barcelona are struggling to register him, and you never know, Arsenal could be one of the teams that are putting their hands open to the chance of signing Dani Olmo. So I wanted to talk about Sesko too, just for a second. Benjamin Sesko is the position that Arsenal have revisited more than once ever since the summer. And the reason for their doing that is we want to keep our relationship positive and good with the camp of Sesko, but also with the camp of RB Leipzig. Arsenal feel Alexander Isak as a priority. He's going to be expensive, but there is also no guarantee that you're going to get him. So what we have done is we have kept our position very, very open with Benjamin Sesko. And there is a real possibility that at the end of the day, come the end of the season, next summer, Sesko is going to leave because he has a gentleman's agreement with RB Leipzig that he will be left to go at a good price. So maybe Arsenal looking at him and they're saying, we already have Kai Havertz, maybe Gabriel Jesus could stay, maybe we just add Benjamin Sesko if we can't get Alexander Isak. Now for me, I've told you before, Sesko is not a player I like. He's a player I don't like actually. It's a position that I think Arsenal should close and get out of entirely. But I don't think we are going to do that. I think Sesko is really on the radar of Mikel Arteta. Why? I've never understood. I mean, apart from Mikel wanting to protect Havertz, Havertz is Mikel Arteta's signing. So maybe Mikel is saying, I brought in this guy. I'm not going to bring in another striker while Havertz is going to rot on the bench. That is 75 million euros. So let me bring in Sesko, who is like a secondary striker to Havertz, but also can play alongside Havertz. Because I think if you bring in Isak for 150 million, and then you have Odegaard and Rice, there is only one position left in midfield, and for me that position is not for Havertz. There are 2 positions left on the forward line, left wing and right wing, and none of those positions are for Havertz. So maybe Mikel is still, trying to hide and trying to protect his position in the Kai Havertz deal. Maybe, maybe not. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. What do you think about Sesko? What do you think about Nico Williams? None of them are gettable in January. The Athletic are saying, Arsenal, no, we can't get them in January, but hopefully things go well.